Hello, I'm Michael McGuire. This is part of the AWWA Thought Leader series, and I'm going to be talking about the history of disinfection and chlorine in particular. This is an outline of my talk. I'm going to be going through quite a lot of history of how chlorine was first used and how it affected us, and most importantly, how it has really impacted our understanding of pathogens in drinking water and the need for a chlorine residual. The purpose of this presentation is to really talk about a forgotten hero of public health and how John Leal combined with George Warren Fuller to conquer waterborne disease. Through their efforts, through the efforts of the application of chlorine as a disinfectant, it was possible to control typhoid fever, to in fact eradicate it from the United States, and to also eliminate the horror of the diarrheal diseases which killed many children at the beginning of the 20th century. But besides the history of chlorine, I'm also interested in what drives someone to greatness. Dr. John Leal's father, Dr. John Rose Leal, was a volunteer in the Civil War. He was the regimental surgeon for the 144th New York Volunteer Regiment. And during the Civil War, at the siege of Charleston, South Carolina, he and the rest of the 1,000 men in his regiment contracted what could only have been amoebic dysentery. That disease, at that time, had three outcomes. It either killed you immediately, or your body was able to fight it off, or you lived with it for the rest of your life until ultimately it killed you. And that was the fate of Dr. John Rose Leal. His son saw him living with this disease for 19 years after he came back from the Civil War, and they knew that it came from contaminated drinking water. So this must have had a tremendous impact on his son, and his son changed his life and changed his career so that he could have an impact on the diseases carried by water during this turn of the 20th century time period.